Hello and welcome. My name is Robert Lyon here with Gino Nadarov. Today we're just gonna be looking at some real estate. We're gonna be chopping it up, and happy early Thanksgiving to everybody. I'm gonna actually share the link out to the world, but we're gonna just be looking at some real estate deals and getting ready for real estate life to get weird. I think next year is gonna be a good time to definitely have the money, right? That's kind of why we're different than most real estate opportunities out there, is because we're actually
Audio. Your audio went out. Audio doesn't work. Can't hear you. That's better. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, well, basically what I was saying is we're going to be able to get you the money so that you can buy the real estate, right? That's the big trick that we have up our sleeves is in order to buy real estate, you can know everything about real estate, but if you don't have any money to buy it, it's not going to do any good for you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's kind of the big difference.
You gotta have the money.
Yeah, exactly. It's not so good. So we're going to basically look at some leads. Let me see if I can do this. In California, and we're going to kind of analyze a couple deals. So that'll be cool.
Yep.
Entire screen. Or let's do Mozilla. Wow. So I can't see the screen when I'm doing batch leads, but can you see batch leads on the screen, do you know?
Yep.
All right, cool. So I did a small list in California or in Arizona, but now I want to show you guys how to pull a targeted list. These are the houses that I really want to go after, and Gino has his little buy area. Not little, he's a pretty big buy area, but compared to everything else. So usually it's from Santa Clarita all the way down to what, Gino, on
Palm
the right,
Springs.
you think? Palm Springs. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we'll do a weird little boundary. And we've done this a couple times, but this time I'm going to do real targeted. That's kind of what I want to do. Let me zoom out just one. So it's basically oh, come on, let me draw this thing. Why don't you let me draw?
The best thing in the market.
That's not it. Usually when I click this, it'll let me draw around the areas that I want. Now we're in Oklahoma. We'll do Los Angeles.
We're going to Oklahoma, bro.
I never want to go back to Oklahoma ever. I would rather eat glass than go back to Oklahoma. I lived in Fort Sill when I was in the military there, and it was just an awful place. I mean, I kind of liked Oklahoma City. It was kind of fun, but everything else is just, why won't you let me draw? Okay, we'll just do the square then. Boo. All right, so we're going to go from up here down to Palm Springs.
Yes.
Maybe a little bit more. We'll just try and get all of it. Is Huntington Beach worth anything?
Oh yeah. Huntington Beach.
So we'll do a little lower. So we'll do a little bit bigger.
A little more pricey.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, and then now we're going to add a filter. I don't like this new thing that they have where you can either do off market or on market. I kind of want both. So we're just going to leave that as it is.
Okay.
I mean, I want to be targeted. So I'm going to try and do, I mean, it might be too small. So, but I'm still going to do absentee owner because I want to know that it's vacant or absentee owner, somebody that lives in somewhere else. Because if they live in it, it's a lot harder to buy, right?
Yeah.
Active listing, pending listing, not going to deal with that. I mean, I do want pre-foreclosures if possible, or in pre-foreclosure. Property has received notice of trustee sale. Any of these are probably fine. Once it goes to auction, you're kind of screwed. I mean, you were talking about that.
Yep.
I want to include, if they have free and clear. I mean, high equity is good for creative financing. Property was purchased with cash. It's kind of an interesting one. So that means that an investor did it. No HOA would be ideal. 0 properties. So we went too hard. Tired landlords. I'd love to find some tired landlords. Property characteristics. All classifications, but we mostly just want residential. We want single family, townhouse, bungalow. Just kidding. Let's see. Duplex, triplex. What's the biggest plex that you own? Do you know? Do you own like a duplex or anything like that?
It would be a quadplex.
That's kind of cool. And then typically you want 2 bedrooms or and minimum, right? Or 3 bedrooms minimum.
Minimum. Yeah, I like minimum 3 bedrooms because it's just
Yeah.
it's easier to rent. But I also like, I favor 4 bedrooms in general, just because it's just more better.
Yeah. Well, we'll just do minimum 3, and then we'll see what happens. Pre-foreclosure ownership info. Ownership info, I want to do individual. I don't want any businesses to own it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so now I probably filtered too much. So let's just remove the absentee owner. Property's vacant. Yeah. Let's see what else I did. You don't have to be all of these. Yeah, weird. It's probably not going to be free and clear. No HOA.
Makes sense.
Well, let's see why it's not doing it. Okay, now it's updated. So I just needed to update basically. So now I need to filter a little bit harder. But so there's 4,000 in pre-foreclosure, man. That's like automatically I want all of these, at least for wholesaling, right? Maybe we don't. It looks like there's a lot down here in the Palm Springs area.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a shitload in Los Angeles over here, which is probably not what we want, right? Or is this a decent area too?
Anything? I mean, the bottom ones are kind of crappy. The ones in the 1 million mark, 1.1 million. The 899 looks interesting. I wonder what that is right there.
Sorry, where?
If you scroll in on the left, right in the valley, right above the valley, right to the left, right there, it says 8 something, or is that 999?
965
Right below.
999.
Yeah, what is that right there? I mean, that'll be something I'll be interested in right there.
Cool. So they tried to sell it in 2001. They didn't sell it. Somebody bought it for $1 million. They still owe 78,000 on it. Confidence score 99. Damn, look at all these pictures though. This is a wild property.
It looks
147 pictures, but it's got a big ass garage.
Yeah, it looks like an interesting spot. Looks like how much square foot is the lot size?
Let's go back.
1,400 square foot house. A lot looks like it's pretty big.
Yeah,
that's a house size. Look for the lot.
that's the taxes
Property
on it.
details.
So the lot is 77.
Yeah,
that's big.
That's decent. Not it's. I would say it's average.
Yeah, in that area.
Average in what I got, at least.
Has a fireplace.
Yeah. It's
homeowner is like 67.
Oh, no, it's right there, brother. Look, 0.17 acres. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's almost 2 acres. It's a residential single family home. So what I'm going for, we can probably, if we can get this anywhere below 9, you got a deal.
Yeah. Well, it was in 2021. They asked for 8, so I'm sure they probably would be above 8 right now.
Right.
That'd be a good deal. I guess they've only owned it for a year though.
They don't have much equity, so what would be there? I guess the question is, are they in foreclosure?
No, they're not. So I don't know what.
Is it on market maybe?
Yeah. Well, it's on here because they were trying to sell a year ago, so maybe you could still see if they're still interested. But let's look at the pre-foreclosures. So we just kind of filtered.
Yeah.
One 1 million, 1 million. I mean, should we look for what under 1 million in pre-foreclosure, or does it not matter?
No, as far as the pre-foreclosure, remember we're looking for creative financing deals, right?
Yeah. So the more, I mean,
It doesn't
pre-foreclosures is good, but then we would really want pre-foreclosures that are also free and clear. Or no, that doesn't make sense. That have high equity is what I meant to say.
Yeah. So I mean, they have they'll either they have their foreclosure, their pre-foreclosure, they want to get out, and actually high equity, they might actually ask for more money if they're upside down. That's really where you want to be at.
Mm-hmm.
But most of these
Well,
high equities are good because of the fact that you can buy in and go ahead and just turn around and flip it.
yeah.
But if you're trying to like hold it, you want to make sure that the client just wants a payout.
Yeah.
How much money he wants.
So
I like deals.
these guys are in pre-foreclosure. Man, they got a deal, bro. They bought this back in 2011 for only 275,000. That's fucking crazy, dude.
That's wild. They should not be getting rid of that house.
They should figure out a way to pay their freaking mortgage.
But that's what
So
I'm
they're in
saying.
pre-
This is where Robert and Gino come and they say, hey, how are you doing, Mr. Seller, Mr. Foreclosure?
yeah,
It seems like you got a problem and you got a nice property. So what can we do to help you, sustain it? If anything, help you get another place. We can
yeah,
get you out of here if you can't afford it. At the same time, if you're looking to sustain it, are you willing to give up some equity? And that means like we would do like you can even do seller holds and we make payments and then we turn around and sell it.
right. Well, I don't know if I want to do this one. Let's pick one though, and we'll run some comps on what we would offer.
Yeah,
I
that's a good
mean,
photo.
all the little green ones are active on the MLS. So if they're on the MLS, they're probably asking for too much money if they haven't sold already, or who knows what's going on. I don't know what the yellow means. I think yellow is they tried to sell it, or it's. Anyway, let me just click on. Let me see if there's a better yellow anywhere. Nope, just these three. So I'm gonna click on this pending. Okay, so yellow means that they're trying to buy it right now. Wonder how
Yeah.
much they got for it. So man, look at this. Like 2017, half the price. What is that? Like 5 years ago or
Yep.
6 years ago? They doubled. Not even their money. They just doubled the value of the house that they bought. It's fucking crazy,
That's
dude.
right.
California
That's
is wild.
California for you.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll ever come down though. Who knows? I mean, I guess if there's tons of homeless people in your yard,
Yeah.
might come down a little bit.
That's why I'm not. That's why you got to be quick, right? You got to realize at the end of the day, the market may come down, but you got to be ready for it.
Yeah. So out of these little areas, where do you think you'd be most interested in? Like, let's pick one and run a comps on it real quick. Over by St. Clarita or Palm Springs?
I don't really. I like Palm Springs, Santa Clarita, probably not as much. Any of those properties, let's do the either the Rancho or the San Bernardino.
This one, Ranch Cucamonga.
That one looks like
Chickamauga?
it's priced pretty low.
Yeah, let's see. So they're in pre-foreclosure. They owe 400 or almost 500,000 on it. They bought it in 2021. Estimated value is 637. So it's a 3-bed, 2-bath. So this is how I run comps, at least. So I go down in batch leads. I take a look at I want to find a house that's as close as possible, right? So I'm gonna do by distance. So here's a 3-bed, 2-bath that's literally 0.5 miles away from it. I want to see how much it sold for. So it sold for 585. So that sounds about right. That's just one house though. So I want to get multiple houses. So the estimated value according to batch leads is 637. But I think that's kind of high. Let's see, how long have they owned the property too? A homeowner. Let's look at the tax
2
information.
years right there, ownership.
Yeah. It doesn't say.
Right there.
Oh, it says 2 years. 2 years, 2 months. Okay, so they lived there for 2 years, 2 months. They're already in pre-foreclosure. They haven't listed on the MLS. Might not be super down to sell. But if I was going to make a cash offer, I'd probably want to be below 6 for sure. 580 would be a great idea. Obviously, lower than that is what we would want. But let's just see what else is sold nearby in that area, because I usually want at least 3 good ones. So here's another one that's 0.6 miles away. They're a 3.2 as well, 580, right? So there's another one. How many rooms is it? Oh yeah, it's a 3.2. And then I would just want one more for confirmation. And this is like cheating, but this is how I run the comp. So I just want to find ones that are within like half a mile or a mile or like less, you know what I mean, of the property. Here's one that's kind of down the street, and it sold for 627. So 580 is like the ideal price that I would want to offer, and then they would probably want more around 6, but I would try and finagle it, and that's kind of what I would offer. And this is running comps. This comps is basically stands for comparison. It stands for you're comparing this price of what things have sold recently. Let's see, when did these sell actually? Yeah, these all sold in 2023. This sold at the beginning. This sold last month, and that's the most recent one for 625. So or 627. So then I know, like, if I could get anywhere under 600, I'd probably be getting a good deal. Depending on what the interest rate would be and how much I could rent it out for. Does it tell you how much you could estimated rent anywhere? I think I've seen it. It's probably like 5K though for rent out here, don't you think?
Nah,
three
not out
three
there.
bit. No, okay.
They won't afford. It's not the rent. I mean, that's Rancho. What is that?
Fontana.
Yeah. No, maybe like 4.
Okay. We got other ones. So let's take a look at. I want to filter by vacant. Let's see if there's anything in pre-foreclosure that's also vacant or absentee owner. Because that's another good pain point. So there's 468 properties that are absentee owner, or the property is vacant. So there's 10 properties that nobody lives in it and they're vacant. Well, it looks like there's a lot more than 10, and then there's 10 in pre-foreclosure. So let's take a look at these 10. These would be the main ones that I would pull first. So actually, I'm going to pull these. I mean, I might remove this one, but I'll do that later. So I'm going to select all. I'm going to save the properties. California pain stack is what I called it. So I'll just take those 10 because those are like, they need to sell. Like, they're in pre-foreclosure. Nobody lives in the house. We got to figure out who owns it. So this would be a good opportunity. Let's see if there's other ones. I mean, the free and clear would be a good seller finance. There's 93 ones that have nobody lived in it, and they tried to sell it and nobody bought it, right? So this is also kind of an interesting list. Whoa, I wonder if that's Wesley's house.
That's our tenant there, client Wesley's house.
Fuck it. So, and then here's something in the bushes. Oh, these are all houses that, like, these are probably all got started and nobody finished them, dude. This is wild.
There's a lot of people that lost a lot of their money because they couldn't finish the properties.
Yeah. Why is this one so cheap?
It's probably at the head of a edge or something.
Yeah.
Oh, what street is that?
Britannia Street, Los Angeles.
Not in the best area.
Yeah, it looks a little ghetto, but I kind of like it. It's on the hill. Ooh, look at those bars on the windows everywhere. It's always kind of a red flag.
Stay in jail real quick. It's like you want to live in jail? Sure, lock yourself up.
But it's kind of like a hobbit jail. You got like this little pathway, a little
it's like a hobbit jail.
Poor guys. But these are interesting. So let's look over here in Palm Springs.
I think Palm Springs is a good one. Why don't we look at let's look at that $1 million one. That looks like it's remodeled. We need to find one that's not remodeled.
Yeah, it's beat up.
Yeah, that's too good. Let's move on. Let's see what else there's. Let's just look at the
La Quinta. It sucks that these say not applicable. I don't know why they would say that. Maybe they just don't have enough info. These are expired. So they tried to sell at the end of 2022. Who knows if they did? Maybe they just didn't sell, right?
Yeah. Check the photos. It's
kind of clean. Yeah, it's clean as well. It looks like it's totally redone.
Yeah,
it's always kind of weird in California when houses don't sell. That's more like shocking than anything else. Like, what's wrong with it? Why did nobody buy this house?
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
I don't.
let me
I
look
don't
at
know
this
if any
beat
of
up
those
one.
are. Oh, there we go. Let's look at that one.
Hmm. Yeah, this is a piece of crap one though.
Okay, let's look at it. It's got enough photos in there, right?
Yeah, it's a fixer upper for sure.
So let's talk about this one. Let's just talk about this one, for example.
Wow. So
This
they
one, this
tried to sell it for 900,000 because it's in Palm Springs. So I mean, it looks like it's beat to hell. You should be able to get a severe discount on this property, right? Let me just see how big the space is. So it's 7,000 square foot, 0.18 acres, which is kind of cool. Desert Highland Estates is where it's at. It has a pool. Not that that
nice.
is cool, but it's kind of
I
dope.
like maybe 50K to the property.
Yeah, so it says attached garage, 3-2 bed, built in 1962. So that's pretty old. But I
You
wonder
look at the
why they let
photos.
it go. Yeah,
Let's open up the photos bigger. There we go. Okay, so now as you can see, we got paint. The roof looks kind of decent. Check out the roof. The windows got to be redone, right? So then we
yeah. The
got
floor's got to be redone.
the flooring. You got the walls, the windows.
Yeah,
But, this is a complete remodel. Bathrooms need to be redone.
yeah,
Landscape. We have
yeah.
what we have is in our mentorship we have that spreadsheet that I can just pull up, and I'll just
Hmm.
basically go over like the estimate cost that you would have if you went to like Home Depot or Lowe's, for example, how much
Yeah,
it would cost to like remodel, let's say, get paint, drywall, for example, things like that. But if you just want to like
yeah,
kitchen, bathroom, you just add the values, 4,000 for kitchen, paint, 2,500. It just all depends on how big the square foot of the house is, and that's how it calculates it for you. So it's like a
yeah.
remodel sheet.
So it's 1380 square feet. Um, and usually what I would do is I would just times that by 50, and that would
Yeah,
guesstimate how much it would cost. But in California, it's probably way more than that. So that would be $69,000 just to like redo this house. Basically, is what I got.
yeah,
California probably looking more like 80, maybe 90,000 just to get this thing
yeah.
to where it livable, even just a livable. You know?
And the thing is that, but that cost to me, like it's kind of like none of that money is being lost because you're basically putting it back you're building the equity into the property. So it's at the end
Yeah,
of the day, when they say, "Oh, it's too expensive to fix," I'm like, "Well, would you have bought it not fixed, and you would have paid more out of pocket for it?" Number
yeah,
one, number two, you're better if you. What's your goal with the property? If you're just trying to if you're trying to buy it for yourself, obviously it's different. But if you're trying to buy it for like buy and fix and flip, or if you want to just buy and rent, the cost of remodels it's very minimal overall.
yeah. So he bought this in 2022 for 428,000. Let's see, it's a 3-2 bath with a pool. I don't know if the pool adds any value or not.
About fifty
Um,
thousand maybe.
yeah, it doesn't look like there's too many properties. This one sold recently, so let's see what that one sold for. 525,000 sold like 2 months ago. So he bought it for a pretty good deal. Well, somebody has a house nearby for 60,000. So this neighborhood must just be like going to shit or something.
Mm.
It looks pretty weird.
That's
Let's see.
funny.
Where's the next one that's closer? That's it. So this would be the next close one. Um, and that one
Yes.
sold for 500,000. So I mean, really, we'd have to be around like 300. Well, I mean, it says that it's worth almost $1 million. So,
Right.
but the comps aren't saying anything. So if you look at the map, it's kind of on the outskirts of whatever Desert Highland Gateway Estates is, right? So it's just kind of out here. Here's a nice house right near it. Um, this one sold for 525,000. So yeah, we'd have to be offering around like, I don't know, I'd feel better around like 350, maybe
Hmm.
400,
Yeah.
because you still have to put 100K into it, then you have to still sell it for a profit. So I don't think they'd take that because they bought it for 428. So they probably want, or 486. So they're probably sitting at a loss right now.
So if we were to buy it, for us it would be, let's say we assume it's about $90,000 in repairs.
Yeah.
in California. So you're gonna have to buy this at around what at market value. What'd you get for the comps? 580, right?
Yeah, that's if it's fixed up.
No,
But I
no.
mean,
What was it? What
yeah.
was the comps? Go back to the comparables.
Yeah, it was like 500, 580. So these three are kind of nearby that sold. They sold for 525, 500, and this
Yeah.
one's
So
bullshit.
if we were to offer, for example, a 590,000, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, we would have to offer 590 or less. No, we have to offer less.
No, we'd have to offer like 400,000
Yeah, like
or
four. Yeah,
450.
exactly. I'm not. I'm thinking. Yeah, with the cost, it's minus the cost. So basically, you're gonna have to do like 410,
Yeah.
like
Oops.
410 or 450 or something, right?
Yeah. Even to entertain it, pretty much that's what it would have to be.
Yeah, 410 or 450 to entertain it, and then, but they're already at a loss. What's their total mortgage?
No, they bought it. I think they paid cash for it, so they bought it for 486. So they're probably buying it thinking they're gonna fix it up, but they bought it in 2022, so they're probably just sitting on it. Who knows? I mean,
Yeah,
it's in a good area though.
I would contact them and give them an offer for 486,000.
Yeah, you want to break even on this deal? Pretty
Yeah,
much, right?
because they're
That's
not
how I
gonna
do.
want to lose.
You
They're not
pay
gonna want
closing
to lose money.
costs. Yeah.
Well, right now the way the market is right now is the prices are coming down.
Yeah.
So they're if the longer they hold it, the more likely they're gonna lose money. So if anything, you can tell, hey, I'll
Yeah.
give you 486, worst, and take it or leave it. Otherwise, next time I come, I'm gonna come back with a lower offer.
Right. So here's another beat up house near you, Gino. So it looks like they're working on it still.
Yeah. Oh,
Get all the wood
sorry.
included. Damn, look at that piece of shit.
That's a
Oh,
complete
that's
go.
awesome though. Yeah, but
Now,
it's
something
in
like that, like, I don't recommend
Glendale.
like anybody. So, like, I want to say, like, anybody in the real estate game understands that there's fast money, there's slow money, and there's like kind of like intermediate money, right?
Yeah.
And I think the fast money is what Robert's talking about, wholesaling this, just wholesaling these deals like left and right, which is what we're gonna do. And that's why we're looking at deals, and we're probably gonna make offers like we just said, offer 480 or whatever, and see if he takes it. We put on the contract, we turn around and flip it for a profit, right? The other one is obviously the buy, fix, and flip, and that's considered, I would say, fast money, but not as fast as wholesaling, right? But the problem
Yeah.
with buying, fix, and flip, there's a lot of risk involved, and also there's a lot of costs, right? So you have to fix up the property, you have to get it up to a rental value at least, so you can
Yeah.
get it flipped enough so you can sell it. And also, if the property hasn't have any, like, that property needs a lot of work, it's going to take at least 6 months, 3 to 6 months, right?
Yeah.
I would say it's not going to be 3 month turnaround time. And then there's properties that I like, which is the ones that are like in the middle, which are basically 3 to 6 months. So for 1 to 3 months turnaround time,
Yeah.
that may be priced just about right, where you can still offer give them a good offer, and you don't have to do as much work, so that way your turnaround time is quick. So, and
Right.
essentially those are rentals, right? And those are
Mhm.
rentals, and I'm all about rentals. So you buy the rental because I want to hold it. I don't want to fix it. I don't want to fix it. I mean, I want to wholesale it, but I want to hold it. But all these things are available for you with our mentorship. We do all three, and what's cool is that the way I analyze deals, the way Robert analyzes, we're gonna be able to go over that in our program and basically discuss every deal that you have or that deals that we may find you in your area. So this is right now we're looking at LA. So any other deals there that we can look at?
This is a crazy deal, but they're in pre-foreclosure. It's like a $3 million house. They bought it in 2017. They've only paid 400,000 on it. And they're in pre-foreclosure.
Like that's a
Uh,
great candidate for like creative financing right there. Like
yeah, look,
I would come in and I'll say, hey, I'll take over the payments, right?
mhm,
I will either give you some money, offer you some money,
mhm.
or I will, I'll have you like cash for keys type of thing where you can just walk away if he wants to, or and
Yeah,
see what their situation is, because they are in foreclosure. That means they're no longer making payments on this
mhm.
house, basically, right?
Yeah. How much do you think a 3 million or $3.5 million mortgage would be every month? Be
It's
like
gonna be around
fucking
like 20.
20K a month. That's
Mm-hmm.
wild. They've owned it for
You,
4
you, would,
years.
you would get it. You would get it, and you will just turn around and rent it.
Yeah, or you put it on Airbnb or
Put it
something.
on
Like,
Airbnb or whatever. But the problem with like these high end properties, like obviously there's only a small like group of people, and like maybe like the top 1% that can afford a $20,000 payment, right?
right.
It's
So
just not that many
you'd
people.
have to show that you can make the payments too
Exactly. So the
before.
main thing is you have to show making payments. You would definitely do like an Airbnb probably, or you would have to like at least try to find a property, find an owner or not owner,
Like the,
a person that may want to buy it potentially.
yeah.
And if not, then you just turn around and just put it on the market and rent it. Obviously, that's the only option you have. But they're going to lose the property no matter what, so you might as well take it from their hands. And worst, you don't want to, you're not necessarily taking over the mortgage. You're just taking over the title, and you're gonna start to make the payments on it. That's as long as you can
Yeah.
make payments on it, you can hold it, right?
Yeah. This is wild. How did somebody got this? Or no, I just don't get it. So it says they bought it at the beginning of the year for only $132,000. Man, this is
Okay.
the deals. Like this is the kind of deals we need to find. But how is it already in pre-foreclosure? This is probably late, right? This is probably the pre-foreclosure is old, and that's how somebody bought it for 130,000. Because
Mm.
this is like a perfect deal. If you could buy anything in anywhere near where Gino lives, for
Or
a
they did
hundred
a short
thousand,
sale.
bro.
They could have done a
Yeah,
short sale.
they could have done a
What
short
a
sale.
short sale is, what I understand it, at least as far as some,
Any
they may
idea what
have
a,
some.
a grant deed would be? Is a grant deed where someone dies? No,
I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know what that is either. So that's how they closed, though. That's how the transaction was
It might,
done.
it might have been someone that they knew that basically can make the payments, and they granted the deed over to them.
That's what I'm thinking. And
And
maybe
it
they
was
had to pay 132,000 to
Yeah, so
just have something.
they paid 132 to for whatever it is, and then they might have paid them off market. Whatever they paid them on market is what they're gonna pay taxes on for, right? So that at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like they're paying what they whatever the short sale went for, and
Hmm.
essentially you want if you're buying the property cheaper, your taxes are going to be cheaper. The more expensive it is, the taxes are going to be more expensive. So you do want to get these properties below market. And if you can negotiate something off market where you can pay the seller some cash, he may want to walk away from the deal, and then he might be able to sell it to you at a cheaper value on market.
Yeah. So I made it a little less. I just let it go a little bit better. So we got these are all pre-foreclosures, but here's 37 pre-foreclosures that are also vacant. So this would be another great list. It would let me move over.
Vacant are even more better, yeah, because they're
Yeah.
basically they're just literally waiting to get taken away.
So here's something that's on the MLS in pre-foreclosure and vacant, but they're trying to sell it for way too much money. Like it says, it's only worth 400,000. They're trying to sell it for 575. I mean, this is wild. This is what
Yeah.
people do. But I mean, they bought it for 390, so they're probably just trying to make 100K and get out of pre-foreclosure. So just
Wow.
interesting deals out there. But it looks like they maybe redid it too. So the pictures might not be reflecting why they're charging so much more money. They might have bought it for 390, worked on it for a year, and then now they're trying to get their money back out of it.
Spend their money trying to get it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's probably why it's on the MLS. So that's kind of interesting. So that's San Bernardino. I mean, that's kind of all the. Let's look at this one weird one. So owner occupied though.
Oh, okay.
Tried to sell it in 2022 for $1.5 million. Nobody bought it. Now they're in pre-foreclosure. Looks like they paid too much. Maybe they paid $1.5 million. They owe $1 million.
Damn.
I guess it's worth 1.2.
They're already in
So
foreclosure?
yeah, they're in foreclosure. These are the creative financing deals, bro. These are the ones.
2 years. They bought the house 2 years ago, and what are they going to lose? They're losing the house.
Yeah, exactly. That's why this would be perfect for creative financing. So you come
Oh,
in, you say, "Hey, I'll get your mortgage back on track, and then I'll take over the payments. You
and
just
look
got
at
to
the
get
guy. His name is he's an Armenian dude.
Merc,
I'm a Garo Mikardician.
your cousin."
Just
Just kidding. Mercadichin.
I'm gonna call him up. And be like, hey, brother, how you doing?
Give me the house.
I know you're in some hardship right now, but I can help you.
Yeah, PMAC Lending Service Inc. So that's probably. I mean, that's kind of interesting. Might just be the bank that owns it. Actually, I guess that's the mortgage. Anyways, this is kind of a cool deal.
Max lending. It's probably like a mortgage. You. What's the comparable on that one? Like, it's like did you look at the comparables?
Let's see. Where is this? This is in Glendale.
Yeah, I'll be interested.
Valley Village.
Oh, that's a really good area, by the way.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah,
see.
this guy's losing his house. What happened with this guy?
I don't know. So it's a 3-2. Yeah, it's a 3-2. Blah, blah, blah. 3-1, 3-2. I know. I'm just trying to find one if there's one that's closer. So this is a closer-ish one.
How much?
Yeah, half a mile. Sold for 825. So his neighborhood must be nicer.
He's not even close.
I know.
Scroll down. Well, what about
let's go to the next page.
That's a good one. I like that one. 1.48.
Yeah.
What's the price on that?
3-2. Sold at the beginning of the year for $1 million. So that's pretty fair.
What's the price on this one?
Well, they say estimated is 1.2. They tried to sell it in 2022 for 1.5, but nobody bought it. So you probably have to come in and offer $1 million and see if, or create a financing.
Well, his total mortgage balance is 1.31.
Yeah, so you could make him break even or offer him. You could probably get away with giving him 70,000 or 50,000 or 20,000. You know what I mean? Over and making a little bit. No, not really. I don't think I'd really want to buy it. This is have to be a subject too.
I was about to tell you.
Yeah.
This is a good deal to basically call him up, be like, hey, why don't you walk away? And he'll be like,
yeah, exactly. I'll give you some money in your pocket, and so you can go move in.
I'm gonna give you some money in your pocket. Walk away. Sign over the deed. I'll take over the property. I'll get it. I'll take over the mortgage. You hold it for a little bit. If I need to do any work on it, I'll do it. Let me get it rented, and then I'll go ahead and refinance you out.
Yeah.
But I'll probably hold it on. I'll probably make him hold it for at least a year.
Yeah, I'd probably hold it for more than that because I would try and pay it down some more.
Maybe pay it down, or at least. But I mean, for me, it's all about like as long as I can rent it out, and I'm good. Right? So
it's weird they only kept it on the market for 42 days. Maybe they just didn't like their real estate agent or something. Or maybe they did buy it, or maybe they tried to make a payment and they finally got out of it. So you can call the agent right here. This is kind of cool. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what we need to get our CSM to call them.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see. We pulled those. Let me just add these to the pane stack. So select it all. They're probably already in there. California pane stack. Save. Skip. I don't need the real estate agents. So then you have your list, right? So we just did that. Select properties or filter. I want to do list, California pane stack, apply filter. So I want to get rid of all these recently sold. So we got delete these because no point in trying to buy a property if it's already sold.
Okay.
Delete. Let's go back to our list, pane stack, done. Free and clear. 2 are in auction. 38 are in pre-foreclosure. So I'll probably select all, action. I'm going to skip trace it. California pane stack. Pre-4. All right, skip trace. So $5 for 30 things or whatever.
Yep.
I got to name it. Kelly. Pre-4. And the thing with this list though is we probably got to call them, before the end of the month or at least next month. And then basically, so we skip trace them. Once they're skip traced, we're going to take them into batch dialer. Batch dialer is basically like a power dial, right? And then you have a virtual assistant that comes in here and calls the leads and just blows them up, right? So you click that button and you start dialing, boom, boom, boom. It just power dials. Whenever they answer, they'll talk. The other thing that batch leads does is kind of cool. is you can do mail right now. So we can't do text messages in batch leads anymore. I guess they got rid of that, but we can do snail mail, and then we can connect it to Twilio or Polio or Povio or whatever, and we can text blast to those. You can also get the app on your phone, Gino, and you can do driving for dollars, which is kind of
Oh
cool.
yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, that's cool.
Where's the power of that link? Where's that?
So it's batch dialer, so it's in here. I'm waiting for the.
Oh yeah, it's in the same batch leads though, right? It's in the same app.
No, it's a different app. So they're different. They have, I mean, they connect it to each other. So as soon as you skip trace it in batch leads, though, it gets zapped over to batch dialer, and then we can start blowing them up basically.
Oh, nice.
So this is cool. So then you can basically call like 9 people at once. It's waiting for me to do things, and just have people answer. So then you just have somebody on the phone. And what's kind of cool? Let's see if I can call someone real quick. It's my mic might.
They're gonna answer right now.
Yeah. So it's dialing. Let's get rid of this stupid thing. As soon as somebody answers, though, I don't know, maybe it'll probably just leave a message with somebody because nobody answers their phone anymore. But as soon as someone does answer, basically, it's going to pick up and it's going to show their phone. So here, and I'm going to delete. No answer. Done. But basically, what happens is it calls them, right? And then now I have their address, property details, so you can kind of go over these people. I want to move this thing. This is what I wanted to show. Oh, wait, it's still dialing people. But it says, hey, which is so funny because, I mean, this is like the most beat up script ever, but they have a script over here. So you go, hello, I'm looking for Jonathan. This is Robert. I know this call is out of the blue, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on blah, blah, blah. So if you've ever gotten a call and someone says, I know this is out of the blue, this is from the Talk to People. He's down in Phoenix, whatever that guy's name is. But anyways, you got the script, you call them, you talk about the property. And like you really what's cool about it is it pops up. It says, well, it looks like, you owe about, 200,000. I wouldn't start with how much they owe, but I would start with like, hey, so it looks like it's like a 3-bed, 2-bath, have you fixed it up? How old's the roof? Well, first of all, are you interested in selling? If they say yes, because they're in pre-foreclosure, then it's basically good to go. So we're going to talk business and make them an offer. And there's no images, which kind of sucks. So that means I got to go off of, whatever I have in here. So it's worth about 432 estimated value. They're at 445, 440, 240. I mean, so I'm going to definitely want to offer them more than what they owe. But
yeah, you would once you agree on a price, because at the end of the day, you tell them, well, I can't really give you an offer until I see photos of the house, right?
Yeah, so you have them send some pictures, or I mean, this is kind of near where I live, so I would probably just meet up at their house at some point. So.
Yeah, if it's close by, go there. But they're just, hey, you know what? Let me get some photos. Send me like 20 or 30, 40, 50 pictures, like just the house, and then from there I can decide. I can give you a more realistic offer, and at that point you're like, okay, then you look at it, and you're probably gonna give him a price that he might not like. Yeah. And then you're gonna hear him cry about it a little bit, and then you're gonna tell him, well, this is the offer that I can make at this time.
Yep.
And then you tell him that if anything else, if you change your mind, let me know. Unfortunately, your house is not worth more than what you're asking for. And you kind of like and the way I do, I just let them go. And then I'll text them and like maybe in a couple of days or a week or so and tell them, hey, are you still looking to sell your house?
Right. See if they get any other offers. Yeah. And then the difference is I usually say it'll be a cash offer. We'll buy it fast, right? But then I have to get it at a certain price. Like if I have to pay you more, I'm not gonna be able to do cash. We're gonna have to go get the traditional route and get some loans. Or if you want to do creative financing, we can also work something out. And they're like, creative financing, what's that? And then I go into the whole thing of, well, we can maybe do like subject to, or I could take it over. You can make a little bit of money for the long run for your family and stuff like that. Cool. Well, I think that was it. You got any other thoughts on real estate,
No, I'm excited about doing this, within our mentorship, and this is going to be super cool. I definitely want to use a batch dialer, and we're gonna get some leads coming in for ourselves and all our students.
And if you're out there and you want to get active calling these leads, we'll teach you, we'll coach you. You just need to dial. We'll split any wholesale deals that we get, and you'll make some money. So if you're interested, feel free to shoot me a message. Other than that, though, check out realestatementorship.com. Check out Credit Leverage X. if you're looking to get funding, and it's holiday season, definitely be better for you to put some money into fixing your credit, getting access to funding, than buying a bunch of, garbage that's just going to go in some closets and stuff. So let's just keep it rolling. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.